never grumble, because it's the very remoteness of these sites that have protected them from treasure hunters and looters that are a constant threat in this region.
Hola, Maxo.
Hola, Diego.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Muy bien.
Bueno, me encantó.
Bienvenido.
Sí. This is the most insane spot. We've just come down from the top of the mountain and just caught up here with Maximo, who's one of Peru's best mountaineers.
The impact.
The reason I need Maximo's climbing wisdom is that I'm here to see for myself the cliff tombs of the Cloud People. These vast cliffs in the remote site of La Pataca are a true necropolis, a Chachapoya city of the dead.
I never thought I'd be sitting on the edge of a mountain, about to drop off and feeling bloody terrified. It's a seriously long way down. Okay, so we just come over the top, and now this is the view down. You can feel the sensation of the rope grinding on the limestone as you go down.
There's a 300-metre vertical drop from the top to the bottom of the cliffs. And even with expert climbers and the latest equipment, it's a daunting prospect. But astonishingly, centuries ago, the ancient Cloud People not only climbed up and down these crumbling limestone cliffs with their dead, they actually built on them.
You can see signs of Chachapoya walls on this rock face. They've come up here and built these walls on this vertical rock face. These crumbling limestone cliffs are pitted with caves, and the Chachapoya transformed these, we think, into burial chambers. And what's most remarkable of all is that some of those burials are still here. How the Chachapoya got up here is completely mind-boggling. Coming down the ropes, you can see behind me, unbelievably, there are still Chachapoya burials intact.
The bones of these ancient people poke out all over the cliff, alongside the occasional vulture's nest. But the true revelations come inside the tombs themselves.
Nice. Excellent. Wow, we're inside the cave. Whew. It's a little natural cave, but just here on the edges, you can see the Chachapoya have built some walls up, expanding the size of the cave. We're still a good 100 metres up still. Whew. And I can't imagine there's been too many people here since the Chachapoya were last here 500 years ago. Oh wow, that was really quite some ride down.
These inaccessible little cave tombs are known as chulpas, and it's a real privilege to be inside one.
The cave is full of little nooks and crannies. I'm just going to have a little climb up this wall and look up here. I can see a little ledge. Inside this alcove is a human skeleton that is still articulated, it's still intact, all the bones are in the correct position. And you can see that it's been wrapped in some sort of tunic or shroud. That is truly spectacular.
This cave is just one of many within the honeycomb cliffs of La Pataca, and all the remains appear to be carefully, ritualistically positioned.
Wow. Okay, we're going to be really careful here because there are bones on the floor. If you look over here, we can see some remains of some Chachapoya. I've never seen anything like it. The way that the bones are assembled makes me think they might have been defleshed before they were brought here. The way that all the skulls and long bones have been laid out, there seems something quite particular about how they've been placed against this rock. They've just have laid here for at least 500 years. We can see a whole group of long bones, skulls, a knee joint. It's just incredible to see it all lying here.
Some of the chilpas contain a single burial, others multiple burials, possibly families.
And here you can see some of the teeth in the lower mandible. And judging by the tooth wear, this is an old individual. And the teeth have been worn right down. It's remarkable that you get this level of preservation in these caves.
It's only when you see the thought and effort that has gone into placing these remains here, protected from the elements, that you understand just how important caring for the dead must have been for the Chachapoya.
There's something really eerie about this tomb. This is somewhere the Chachapoya clearly wanted to keep alive in their memory. They've come here again and again. There's dozens of burials just in this cave alone. So the fact that it's been abandoned and desolate, and that we're the first people to visit it for so long, there's something so poignant about that, I think.
You might think that placing their dead inaccessibly high up in the cliffs meant leaving them alone. But astonishingly, some of the rock inside is worn smooth, which suggests repeated visits to these caves.
Finding archaeology like this in context is crucial, because if we want to interpret and understand what the Chachapoya were doing, we need to see it exactly like this, just how they left it. I'm not going to touch any of the bones. I want it to be left here exactly like it is. And then hopefully one day, some archaeologists will be able to come here and take a lot of time to excavate this cave properly.
Perhaps a major investigation will discover how the Chachapoya got up here in the first place. I can see intriguing beams sticking out from the cliff, and we've already seen that they were skilled at construction. But no one has yet come up with a conclusive explanation as to how they scaled these dangerous heights, and so regularly. Even with ropes and helmets. I found out it can be pretty hazardous. But interesting as that puzzle is, the real question is what role the dead played in their culture. Why devote so much effort to entombing them and then visit so often?